Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, and you guys see this is my new avatar. Okay, so here I am, and I'm gonna start with something again on scratch. So till now we have been seeing that we have been moving our sprites over the screen, and we have been watching that our backdrops were just still. So should we just work upon the backdrops as well as the sprites so that we can see that we are making our sprites move as well as the backdrops. So what will happen with that? What are we going to do? That will look like as if in real that sprite is walking. So guys, it's very important that we choose the correct sprite at that point of time when we want them to move properly over the screen. So I'm going to go and choose a sprite from the sprite library, and I will select Avery because Avery is one of the sprites which has different costumes. Okay. And to give a look of Avery moving, I'm going to choose the Avery walking sprite. So what I'm going to do, how do I check this? See, I just place my cursor over the sprite, and if that sprite has multiple costumes, we can see this. So just like you can see that Avery is walking by just me keeping my mouse over it, I'm just going to select this. And see, I put Avery over here. And now I'm gonna choose the backdrop here as a sprite. So what I did, I actually downloaded a backdrop from the internet. So I'm going to upload it as a sprite. So it's on my desktop. I'm going to go to desktop and I'm going to select the boardwalk that I have. And let's see where I can get it. This. So this will be the backdrop that I'm going to use as a sprite, because the size is 100% and it's a small picture, so I can also increase the size. So as you can see, if I increase the size, this is what I can get. And now I cannot see Avery over here. It's behind the backdrop which has been used as a sprite. So what I'm going to do, this makes me understand that Avery has to be on the front layer. That's how we understand the layering. So where do we get the layers? We are going to get this in the look. So I'm going to bring Avery in the front layer. So I'll give it the command, go to front layer. So now I click on the green button and my Avery is on the front layer. Now, the simple example of making a sprite move, here you can see is when the green flag is clicked, I want my sprite to move and it should keep on moving. So I'm going to use a forever loop because I want it to keep on moving until the program has been stopped. Now, first of all, I will fix this position as the current position. So whenever I click on the green flag, Avery has to always start from this position. All right. Now to make my sprite move, I will make it move 10 steps. And if I do this and press on the green flag, the sprite is going to move, but again it can turn upside down. So I will also fix the position that how it should move throughout the screen. Now, if it is on edge, it should bounce, and the rotation style should also be set to left and right. And whenever it's moving, it should give that look that it is actually moving its feet also. So for that, I will go to looks and I will make it a next costume. And if I do this, it's going to look very fast also. See, but I don't want that. So I will add wait 1 second after it keeps on switching its costume. So now it's gonna look like that Avery is actually walking, but the backdrop is still here. I don't want this backdrop to be still. So I'm gonna stop here and do some coding part for the backdrop also. And here the difference is that the backdrop has not been used in backdrop, but it has been used as a sprite. So what should I do here for the coding of my backdrop? So I'm going to start with when green flag is clicked. And first of all, I'm going to fix its position to a middle point. So for a middle point, I'm going to set my both X and Y to 0. So whenever I click on green flag, my sprite, which is actually the backdrop, is going to start with the middle point here, like this. And now how I want it to change itself so that even my backdrop can move. So I'm going to add a forever loop because my sprite Avery is also walking forever. And now if I want my backdrop to move sideways like left and right motion, I have to work upon the X position. So what will I do here? I will go to the motion and here I'm going to change the X. And because I want it to, move backwards because Avery is moving forward. So when we are supposed to move backwards, X will always decrease. So we're going to make it negative. So that means any change that will happen on X will be in minus. So it will be -5. But now also we need to make sure that there are certain dimensions which have to be checked. So if our X position is reaching to its limit, that means we need to check that if it is less than -460, which are the proper dimensions of the stage here. And how do I get my X position? I go to motion block. So if my X position is less than -460, that means it has already reached the extreme back position. We will again start with the front position. Now to go to front position, I will give it a go to statement. In go to statement, I will start with the first and the foremost position where just opposite of the X value that I made here. So it will be starting with 465, which is X value, and 0 as the Y value. So now let's see how we can see that Avery is walking, and along with that the backdrop is also moving. See, this type of look will be given here. But you see all these white blocks that we are having, we're not supposed to have those spaces. So to avoid those space, I'm going to duplicate my backdrop and I'm going to use it as if what is happening here. I will use it in a similar way so that it should not have any white spaces, so that we can have a backdrop or in form of a sprite which is actually moving. So my X here will start from just the opposite position. So here we started in the middle and here we are going to start from the beginning. And everything will be same and we're going to start like this. So here we see that difference. So if we are actually using some of the backdrops from the sprite section, or we are actually using some good stretchy backdrops which are throughout same, so we can give that effect of that everything is moving in the same way. Isn't it beautiful? Does it look like exactly that? Yes, when Avery is walking, the backdrop is also changing. So one thing that we can add here is I can draw something. Let me check if I can draw that. I can draw something which can connect both of my, sprites which are working as the backdrop. So I'm going to just use one thing to draw. Here I'm going to draw a line and let me just give it some type of look. Okay, no, I'm not going to do anything here. I'll just duplicate it back. Does it look good? Yes, it does. And just to give a little bit of flavor to this particular video and to make it look more nice, I'm going to just add one sound, so that whenever our Avery is walking, it is having a playful sound in the backdrop. So I'm going to just use when green flag is clicked. And the sound should also be, inside the forever loop, because it's going to keep on playing till the time Avery is walking and the backdrop is moving. So I'm going to go to the sound section, and I will use, first of all, I'm going to choose a sound from the sound library. I'm going to use hip hop. Yes, hip hop is going to work wonders here. I'm going to start the sound hip hop, and let's check it once again. Okay, so I'm going to use play sound hip hop. Doesn't this look good? Yes. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Share this video with your friends and keep learning Scratch. And also let me rename this video. It will be Avery walking on a boardwalk. Also guys, do watch other videos on my channel which are for Scratch, as well as we're going to come up with a fresh video on Thunkable also. Keep learning. Till then, take care, bye bye, and have a really nice time.